We're headed out to the Narrows.
Maybe I'm just a little claustrophobic. Is this thing dangerous at all?
About 5 years ago, there was a rock fall right in this area. It just about took someone's leg off.
It's cold. He's gonna go climb that waterfall. He's a trained professional. I can't take it anymore. What's the secret?
Oh, it's amazing. I really think that you're not brave enough to jump in.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Zion Made. It is really early this morning. It's like 4:30 in the morning. That means we got up at 3:30 to get here. We are at Zion White Bison. Can you see this gorgeous place? It's still really early. This morning what the plan is I've got a couple of friends and we want to take you on an adventure and actually go on one of the hikes. There's several hikes that you actually have to have permits to go on, and then the one we're trying to go on today is actually free to go on without a permit, but you got to get up early to get there because it is very busy. It's called the Narrows. All right, so one of my good friends, Dane, he's actually right here. I just found him. Say good morning, Dane.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How do you feel about getting up this early, buddy?
It is early.
So we're gonna get ready here shortly. We gotta take a tram. All right.
I gotta get there by 6 a.m. to take the tram, so we're gonna try to get the first tram. Hopefully, I've heard it's dangerous too. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. Luckily, we have some good people with us. So.
All right. Well, let's go see if we can find Lance, and then we'll head up.
Let's get it.
Alright, so we have now jumped in the car. We're headed out to the Narrows. We have found our good friend, buddy, Lance. Let me reintroduce you. He's been on our show many times. The man, the legend, Lance.
How's it going, guys?
Why is the Narrows one of the most popular hikes up here in Zion?
I mean, the reason why it is the most popular, one of the two most popular is because it's one of the two most cool. I mean, it's just spectacular. It really is one of my favorite hikes in the world, although I prefer to do the part where nobody is, and that requires you hiking 18 miles and getting a shuttle and a whole day ordeal. It's a huge thing.
We're not doing that today, are we?
No, we're doing the simple way. We're doing the simple way that everyone else does, which is kind of a zoo, but still really spectacular.
Is that why we're going up there so early?
Yeah, we're trying to get there the second the tram leaves, just so we can beat the crowds. So the Narrows, like I said, there's two different ways to do it. When you do it bottom up, you don't need a permit. If you go that way, it's kind of like Disneyland. You're there with thousands of other people hiking up the first part, which is just like a sidewalk, and then a lot of people just stop at the end of that sidewalk area because you have to actually hike in the river, and that's where it gets more difficult. You still don't need a permit though if you're going up, but if you come down the whole Narrows, you do need a permit. Whether you're doing it as a day trip or an overnight, you've got to have a backcountry permit.
So you just said river. Are we going to be getting wet? Is that?
Yeah, we're gonna get wet.
All right, I was not aware of that part. That ought to be fun. Look at us, here we go. We're passing 70, and we're up to 70,
his parking spot.
80, 90, 100. Oh crud, we're at 120. Wow, that was awesome. I haven't gone that fast. I'm joking.
I had a question for you because a lot of people at the park, when they come to the Zion White Bison Resort and everything, they're always asking about, is the Narrows going to be dangerous? Do we have to watch out for flash floods? Because that's what everybody sees, like on YouTube and all these other platforms. Is that something we really need to look out for today?
Definitely not today. So like the flash flood season matches primarily with the monsoon season. The monsoons start about second midweek of July and go to late August. So now that we're here in June, there's almost never flash floods in June. It can happen anytime in the summer. We get these pop-up thunderstorms, but today the forecast is totally clear.
So just a flash flood of like people, because all the people are staying here and everything, but that's about it. That's all. That's the danger.
If you can get up far enough, I don't know if we'll go that far today, but we go to Orderville Canyon. It is narrower than a one-lane road. It is super narrow, like only maybe 5 people across. And if you get caught in a flash flood in that part, you're screwed. Like you just run. So now in order to get into the Narrows, you can't drive up to the Narrows anymore. The main part of the canyon is accessible only through the tram. Every part of the year except for just in the winter, right? So if you're here except for in that little window in the winter, you have to park in the parking lot of the visitor center and then ride the tram all the way up, and that's to get to the lodge, the Narrows, Angel's Landing, anything in the main canyon of the park. You have to take the tram, and the tram is free. You don't need a permit at this point, but sometimes it can be really busy, and the parking lot fills up really fast.
So we're entering the park here, right here. Look at this. There we go. Woo. Only one lane. These other people don't want to wake up early like we did. All right, we are now just entering the tram. Here we go. We're gonna have you come in with us. Woo, woo, everyone's getting on. All right, we just arrived. We're just gonna get off the tram here. This is gonna be exciting. All right, take a look at this. Where's our fearless leader, Lance? All right.
Ready for this?
Yep.
Let's do it.
So we're in the middle of summer. Where we're from, it's 100 plus right now, okay? I dress that way. It is a little bit shady, a little windy, a little cool. Anything you recommend that we should, you know, bring? I'm in tennis shoes.
I think just bringing tennis shoes that you don't mind getting wet with some neoprene socks. Like the neoprene socks are the thing that make it awesome. If you have some wetsuit socks, then that makes this hike so much better. But you do need something that can get wet. You need something, closed toe is good, and a walking stick is a must. So trekking poles or a walking stick, big deal. They make it so much easier.
I better find a walking stick.
Well,
Let's do this. I'm excited.
At this too.
Awesome.
Look at this. This is unreal.
So cool.
So I'm getting a little like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little claustrophobic. Is this thing dangerous at all?
You know what? The only danger really is rock falls, number one. So if a rock were to fall on you from the cliff, so you want to kind of keep your ears peeled. If you hear any cracking sounds, be aware that rocks can occasionally fall. It's honestly like a 1 in a million chance that you would encounter that.
Like more dangerous to drive here than it is to
way more
to
dangerous.
hike.
Yeah.
Flash flood. Look.
There we go.
Today, not expected. But that doesn't mean zero.
So give me our destination. I know we've got this first mile that they said is kind of paved, right? That's easy. Then what are we looking at?
You know, I'm kind of keeping it secret because at the end of this hike, after we go maybe a half a mile past the pavement, we are gonna see something so cool. Just trust me.
Are you gonna tell us, let us in on this little secret? Because I know like the whole point of hiking the Narrows from what I hear is there's a beautiful like waterfall or something at the top, but you have something different. Any hints?
Well, so I mean, there's a lot of cool things, but I mean, the big hint I'm going to give you is that it's really pretty.
Well, that's not a big hint. Look at this place. It's all pretty.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you really a quick story. About 5 years ago, there was a rock fall right in this area that just about took someone's leg off. Really scary. It's pretty rare. When you think about it, there's probably been millions of people have hiked this trail in the last 100 years, and it's the only real known injury from a rock fall that I know about anyway. It is kind of dangerous because there's these big cliffs and big rocks, and every once in a while a rock will detach. And in this case, it was probably a half a car-sized rock, came down, hit one of these lower cliffs, and then just exploded and sent shrapnel everywhere. And one of the cannonball-sized rocks ended up hitting somebody's leg and really hurting them. But for the most part, you've got more of a chance getting in a car wreck on the way here than you do getting hit by a rock fall or a flood in the park.
We just live right here, Benji. Let's sell the castle house.
We can sell the castle house. My whole family wants to move to Hawaii someday, so
Who doesn't?
this is just as beautiful.
It's like a little slice of Hawaii in the desert, right?
All right, I just put on my amazing shoes here for the water, but now I got a problem. I got a small backpack. I have my Dr. Pepper, and I got 2 shoes that I just switched out, my Nike shoes, that I gotta fit in there. So now I gotta think smart. How can I put all of this stuff in a small backpack? All right, I got my shoe. Guess what? Inside the shoe has gotta go the Dr. Pepper. Let's see if we can make this all fit. There's that 6 o'clock Dr. Pepper this morning. Got my other Dr. Pepper just in case. It's gotta fit in the other one. Now let's see if it'll fit, because it wasn't gonna fit before.
Wait, Lance didn't mention the Dr. Pepper on on the equipment list.
Oh, it's not on. It's on the equipment list. It's definitely on there. I read it like 3 or 4 times. Big bold letters.
That is not
Warning
fitting.
sign. Bring your.
There's no way that's fitting.
It's gonna work, man.
No.
I can't even believe.
You're gonna look like a rookie. It's all right to look like a rookie though, as long as you're up here.
It is zipped up tight, nice, done.
All right, so let's rate the walking path. Benji, would you bring anybody on that?
That is for anyone. Now, my feet are feeling a little different. I can actually feel rocks underneath me.
Let's go.
I've done this before where the water is almost waist deep and you're leaning into it like this, trying to fight that current. Right now it's real high.
Waist deep right here?
Yeah.
I'm just feeling cold on it now, though.
Not too bad. A little chilly.
Not too bad for us at all. A lot of people these days will rent dry suits, come up here in the winter.
Oh wow.
Hike up here in dry suits when the water is like in the 40s or 30s.
I'm about ready to cold plunge.
There you go, go for it.
Yeah, the walking sticks do help a ton. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but just having that stability. Like you were saying, Benji, there's kids up here, you know? I think your family would love this.
Yeah, even my little 4-year-old. I'm kind of nervous bringing back in the mud. They're at the point they're just curious. And they'll just go, on their own. So you're gonna have to sit down the rules with those 2 boys.
Oh, it's getting deep now, guys. Look. Look how green this water is. Ooh, I'm waist deep.
I would have never thought today with the Narrows we were gonna get wet. I didn't even thought that.
I told him we were gonna get wet. I told him to bring water shoes. I don't know what he's talking about. It doesn't even feel like we're hiking. It feels like so fun and entertaining. I didn't even realize it, you know?
Just walking, looking around. All right, I'm looking behind me here. And there are people getting waist deep or better.
It's a little sketchy.
It's sketchy.
It's
a little bit cold. I'm a little bit nervous. Thank goodness the water's not flowing fast, but can you see all those people back there? Holy cow. Look how deep that
they're
is.
like waist deep. No flash floods, right, Lance?
Not today.
No, not today.
I think we're gonna be all right.
Do you guys want to go ahead of me? I'll just watch you guys go through there and then I'll make a decision. All right, let's do this.
Like the buffalo, right?
Yes.
That's good.
Whew. Oh, I need some waterproof pants. All right. Time to man up here, guys.
It's cold. It just got cold.
It's not that bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's freezing.
I'm just
Other people did it. Can we do it?
We can do it.
Look at all those people behind us.
That's chilly. It ain't warm.
Benji,
We'll say that.
how you doing?
I don't like cold, and it's a little cold.
It ain't warm.
Did you say you found a warm spot?
Yeah.
Just this tiny, small warm spot.
I sent you a warm spot. You're downriver. Benji.
Okay, so one thing right there where it was deep, the rocks and stones weren't near as like aggressively large. It was like really, that was nice.
Yeah, you get in those deep spots and it stops the flow of the water so the sand settles out during the floods. So it's usually sandy at least in the deep areas.
Ooh, look at that though, guys. Oh.
There's a little waterfall.
There's the waterfall. That's the mystery.
That's not the mystery yet. That's not the mystery yet. He's lying. He said that's the mystery, but I can see his face. He keeps messing with us.
I just think God is amazing in what He created.
Pretty spectacular.
That's what it's all about. Family and nature and friends.
That's right.
Lance just said he's gonna go climb that waterfall. I don't know if that's a great idea. He's literally
water
gonna,
slide.
he's literally gonna climb that thing. Who invited Lance again?
You know, Lance, he is a good guy to have come with us. I'm gonna invite him anytime I go do this, he'll come. How do you know? I mean, you're walking here, like, oh yeah, that one's 5,000 feet, this one's this, there's another rock behind it.
So, little known fact about Lance that he told me, he said that he has hiked every canyon in Zion National Park. He knows every name in Zion National Park. And that's I mean, every single canyon in his lifetime. It's unreal. Oh man, here he goes. Are you serious? Are you guys?
He really is gonna try to climb that?
He's seriously gonna climb it. He's a trained professional. I'm so happy he didn't climb that. I'm sitting here nervous. I'm sweating over here telling people he's a trained professional.
Okay, so I got a story. So when I was in high school, I came here with my dad. I was probably in like 10th grade or so, and there's a spot here that I climbed all the way up, basically halfway up the waterfall to that shelf, right? And I was a lot better climbing back then. But this huge crowd, and we're talking probably 150 people all gathered here at the bottom, just watching me climb. And I can still remember one of the ladies came up to my dad and said, "I hope you're not proud of him." And my dad was a pretty big climber too. And he's like, "Oh, I am." But it was a proud moment for me. It was just a couple years before my dad died. But it was an awesome experience. And I was actually pretty confident. He was there to spot me. If I would have even slipped at any time, I would have been fine. I could have kind of slid down the cliff because I'm pretty good at that without getting injured. But now you cannot climb it. It's too slippery. There's moss in all the holds.
Wow, thanks for sharing that, Lance. That is really cool. Question for you guys. Would you guys stop right now yet? Would you stop yet? Or would you think you'd keep going? Let us know. We just passed the waterfall. Would you go through this? Benji, you know why I love YouTube so much?
What's that?
Let's say some of these people don't get to ever come out here and experience this. This is why I love YouTube so much. Because we are able to give these guys a little taste of the adventure. You know, we've been saying come out here as much as possible, but really, if you can't, at least you get to experience this with us, you know?
Everyone I've been meeting here, I keep asking them, like, where are you from? They're from all over the United States. So far that I've talked to, nobody foreign yet. They're from all over, back east, talked some in Louisiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Colorado, California, Nevada, everywhere.
Either I'm numb or just full of like enjoyment right now. Like I love this so much, but I'm not even cold.
Just feeling
fuzzy. I'm just warm and fuzzy. I mean, how have we never been here?
I can't believe that I have not done this.
How have we never been here? Oh, look at some rapids. Let's go. Not lose my shoes.
How much further we gotta go?
As far as we want to go.
All right, so apparently this is like a non-stop hike. You can go as far as you want up here depending on how much time you got. But all I can say at this point is this is just one of the most beautiful places I have ever been.
All right, we have now stuck the Benji cam on. We're gonna get some great shots.
All right.
Him walking along here. Maybe you'll see it suddenly hit the water when he trips.
All right, look at this. This is like phenomenal. I can't even explain how beautiful this is. That's why you gotta see it. This is awesome. I would do this every morning, I think. This is so worth it. The sound of this running water is so relaxing. The scenery, there's not one way I can't look and I'm just in awe. Looks like we're gonna get to a little bit of a deep spot again. Gotta put my backpack up in the air. Whoa. We're taking a up and down. Whoa, that was a big drop off right there. Wow. It's definitely a little harder with these bigger rocks. Walking through. The water's flowing a little bit faster right here as well. Oh, I got that on cam right there. We almost had a fall. All right. Climbing out of the water. You can definitely see where all these boulders are that the water gets up this high.
I've got a cool story here. I did this hike once in middle school with my dad and my brothers, right? And we did it from the top down, so an 18-mile hike. We camped kind of near the top, maybe 4 miles in, and on the second day, we run into this lady from Texas, and she has got a backpack that is like 2 feet above her to her knees. She's got a porta potty in that thing, a little toilet, every imaginable thing. It probably weighs as much as she did. And she's bawling her eyes out, walking back upstream, and we're like, what's the matter? And she's like, I came here from Texas with my work partner, and he ditched me because I was going too slow. And then I tried to catch up with him, but I ran into this waterfall, and I don't know how on earth to get down it, and so I didn't know what to do. And you get shuttled into this place, so she's just beside herself. So we're like, well, there's actually a secret passage around the waterfall. She's like, there is, and the water was really high that year too. So my brother takes her backpack and carries it for her, and we hike her down another like 10 miles, right? Probably almost 15 miles. Late at night, you know, we like hiked all that day. It starts to get late, the sun's going down, and we run into the dude who ditched her, right? And my dad had some choice words for this dude, right? As we're setting up camp and getting sleeping bags, and she's hypothermic, we're super cold, but she still wanted to go with the dude. She's like, well, I'm just gonna camp with the dude. And we're like, what? And we're like, well, heck that, we're out of here. We didn't want to spend another night in the canyon, even though we're cold, we were able, at least for now, we didn't have to carry her and the backpack. And so we hiked out of here at night. The last 5 miles, completely dark, full moon, right? Which almost made it worse because the moon just like reflected on the surface of the water. So you could not see into the water. So we're basically like feeling our way, but still hauling booty. We got out of here at like 2 a.m. in the middle of the summer. Definitely the most exciting time I've ever done the Narrows.
So we can do this, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can do this.
Yeah,
you can do this.
And the moral of the story is what?
Don't hike with your partner from Texas if he's gonna ditch you, and don't bring a backpack that weighs more than you do.
No porta potties.
No porta potties.
No porta potties. You just said that we're 15 minutes away from the secret spot, wherever we're going. So we've only been, I mean, what have we been going for? Maybe an hour?
Probably about that.
Hour or so, and we've been going pretty chill, like super chill pace. That 10-year-old is beating us up there by a long shot, but I can't wait.
Normally, like when we go to even Hawaii, I'm like 2 or 3 days in before I'm like able to relax and not worry about what's going on at home and work and everything that's going on. And I realized here that I don't have a signal, so I don't have anybody gonna call me, but I just feel completely in this little, just peaceful, calm, no worries. I was able to just fall into this just experience.
Just as you say that, the river calms down.
There it
it's
is.
Nice and
I don't even know how, it's just this, it's just such a peaceful, calm feeling that being out here that nothing else in the world matters right now. I'm just being able to take this in.
this is why we do what we do, right?
I got an idea. I need to bring my family up here in our bus, or I could take the Zion White Bison bus that we just had all decorated and wrapped, and it's at the resort to bring people up here, I think every 2 hours or so, or as needed as people want to come up. My kids can't wait till they're 52, almost 53 years old to experience.
Not that you're
This
50,
beautiful.
you're not 50, you're just late 30s.
I'm in my late 30s, as you can tell, but
Look at this.
is there any gray? You see any gray? I don't see any gray. In fact, everyone always teases me, all my brothers always say, you highlight your hair, don't you? You're always highlighting your hair. And you got plugs in there, don't you? And I'm like, brothers, I don't. I just take such good care of myself, but the gray's coming. It's starting to come. You're gonna see that this next year, unfortunately.
Look at that. Look at that, guys. Other way. Look at that.
Wow. I don't
How
know
is
if
that real?
just all these little nooks and crannies and curves that have been carved out through the wind, the water, or just formed. It's just amazing.
I can't take it anymore. What's the secret?
Oh, it's amazing. All right, we're gonna go around one more bend. We're gonna see if we can make it to the spot. I don't know, we're running a little behind schedule.
Well, I'm just amazed. Look at that. That is gorgeous that we're gonna go to right now. Wow.
This is unreal.
All right, hey guys, this is the spot.
Wait, this is
the secret spot.
This is it.
All right, like, listen, I didn't want to tell you beforehand, but really all this is a really deep pool that we can actually cliff jump into.
That's not all this is.
Well, no, it really is, because I really think that you're not brave enough to jump in. I didn't want to give it away.
Benji?
No, you. I'm daring you. I'm challenging you. Right
dude,
here.
that's why you weren't saying anything.
Yeah, I didn't want to scare you off. The water's freezing cold, but I seriously wanted to see you cliff jump off this rock into the pool.
I'm gonna go swim it. I'm gonna go swim it right now.
You
We'll
think you
see.
can do it?
I'm gonna go see if it's deep enough. I went from the scared guy to like the adventure guy.
So where are you gonna jump from?
Off the very top. See that? You see it? Look above us, way out there. No, I think just off these little tiny edges.
Yeah,
as low as I can get.
If you're
right.
up, let's see it.
All right, here we go, guys. Oh yeah, I can jump into that. Let's go. All right, guys, let's go do this. Looks like, woo! I see why you kept this a secret, bro. Woo! Try it on!
Oh man, cold plunge extraordinaire.
Woo! That was well worth it, Lance. Dude, thank you so much.
Man, I'm impressed. That's awesome. This is some cold water right now.
I feel alive, man. That's what I'm talking about.
If we had more time, we could go up a little further to an even deeper hole with an even higher spot, but that's awesome. You make it worth it just watching you jump off that.
Dude, that was amazing. Hey, next time, bring your family. Maybe we'll get you to jump off this thing, huh?
Oh, what? Is that a challenge? All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Lance, for teaching us all the ways of the canyon here. This is amazing. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy this, that you're going to get something out of it. It encourages you to want to come to Zion's National Park.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
We're out.